Colleen, I ordered cultures ages ago. Did you find out what's taking so long?
I'll call the lab. This is Colleen on 8. I'm calling about one of Dr. Ramsey's patients, a Ralph Urbaniak.
Yes, I want you to tell the doctor on call that I want him to increase Miss Reese's haloperidol to 3 milligrams. And what happened anyway? My mother was doing so much better. What set her off? I see. Well, you find out what it is, and you make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Dr. Smith to OR. Joanne Smith.
Colleen, do I have any messages?
They'd be in your box if you did, just like they always are.
I'm expecting one from Dr. Quartermain. When he does call, page me.
Okay.
Well, is there something you want?
467. Dr.
I'm
Abram
just kind of curious as to why you're here and not, you know, relaxing somewhere. I mean, you do have a lot of time off now.
Yeah, well, I won't once Alan and the board members stop dragging their feet and allow me to present my statement.
You know, if it wasn't one thing, it's the other with you lately. Everything okay with your mother?
She's fine, Chris, really. It's nothing that I haven't handled before.
You know, I've been meaning to ask you something. What's up with the different last names? You said you were never married. Of course, you said that your mother was dead.
Now, believe it or not, there are some things that are just none of your business.
I understand. It's too painful to talk about. Yeah, I know how it is to lose someone.
I never said anything about losing anyone.
You didn't have to, Rachel.
All right. Yes, I was married once. When I was in college and he died. Happy?
Of course I'm not happy. The last thing I want to do is bring up painful memories from your past.
You seem a little agitated today, Charlie. Did you have another dream?
No, I've just been thinking a lot.
About?
My mom and how much she's keeping from me.
You mean all the secrets about your father?
She has so many secrets.
Well, sometimes a parent will feel it's in the best interests of the child to protect them from certain things. It's just that they usually don't realize that unless a person has all the pieces to their life, they just can't be whole.
Well, she should realize that she's not stupid. She should realize.
But she doesn't, which means you have to.
You think I should find those pieces?
Yes. And if and when you're ready, I'll be there to help you.
Oh, Ian. Just the man I wanted to see.
That's a change.
No argument here. Anyway, listen, I saw this article online, a way of streamlining ordering supplies for the clinic, so I will email it to you.
Oh, it'll die a slow death in cyberspace. I don't do the email thing.
What? It's the 21st century, hello.
I prefer the 19th. Hello.
Fine. All right, I'll make a copy of it and I'll put it on your desk for you, okay?
You're better off just giving it to Karen. She'll have more use for it. I'm leaving.
You're leaving?
I was approached by Doctors Without Limits about going back.
So you're leaving? Just like that?
I never said it was here for the long haul.
Yeah, right, Dr. Nomad. Don't stay in one place for too long. You never know. People might get to know you.
That's the Eve I've come to know right
Look,
here.
you know what, Ian? We could do shtick all day and all night. But it's not funny to your patients.
This has been an uphill battle for me.
One that I thought you were winning.
No. Over there, I never had to fight for every single thing. And by the time someone found out we had to bend the rules a little, we were on to something else. But here, the best we can do is go to the on-call room. A little too close for comfort.
What about the clinic?
I'm leaving it in capable hands, okay?
I thought you liked what you were doing there.
I do like what I'm doing when it's about medicine, not about red tape. God, I wish I could show you where I've been, what I've seen. When you walk into a village where people are dying left and right of something as simple as an opportunistic infection, and to be able to wipe out the disease before it wipes out every man, woman, and child. To make a difference, to really make a difference, and I can't do that here.
You are doing it here. You already have to make it.
I can't stay.
Yes, why not?
Don't you get your ears checked,
I
please?
heard you, okay?
I see you. Dr. Kathleen.
I heard you.
I see you.
And believe it or not, I understand what it's like to want to make a difference.
So why don't you go with me?
Because I have obligations that I just can't walk away from.
And you think that's what I'm doing?
You come here, doctor, like you're from above the highest mountain, and you start calling all the shots. You push to get a clinic open, and now you do. And we all start thinking, hey, maybe this guy isn't such a jerk after all. And then you bail on us.
So you don't think I'm a jerk, thank God.
I was beginning not to, until now. You know what I think?
Sure you'll tell me, what is it?
I don't think you're leaving. I think you're running away.
Running from what?
I don't know. You tell me.
Status post-gastric surgery, and triad just complaining of dizziness.
I'll take it.
I'll assist.
Since when do I need an assist?
Since I am not finished with you yet.
Yellow, 112 East.
So, what's the latest on Kevin and this girl?
Charlie McMillan.
Is he still treating her in a hotel room?
Yeah, practically every day.
And?
And I don't know any more than that.
You said you were going to get some concrete evidence to use against Kevin.
I'm working on it.
Well, work harder.
These things take time,
We
Rachel.
don't have time, Chris.
What's the matter? You didn't get your recommended daily dose of blood today?
This isn't about me.
Of course it isn't.
Look, if Kevin is doing something that could harm this young woman, he's got to be stopped before it can cause irreversible damage.
I don't want Charlie hurt either. Okay, but if we move too fast, that could happen.
I don't see how.
Come on, Rachel, you've seen Kevin do this before. He hurts someone and then turns around and makes it look like it's their fault. Is that what you want to happen again?
That won't happen, Chris. I made a promise to myself, and the man will be punished.
Good. I will let you know when it's time.
So you don't know anything at all about your father?
No, my mother wouldn't talk about him.
What about your grandmother? Did you ever ask her?
They both acted like he never existed.
Because your mother was so devastated when he died? That is what you said, that she wasn't so much angry at him, but at the situation, and how she felt so abandoned.
Oh, that's your third cup of coffee. We could finish this another time if you want.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm beginning to feel tired all the time. It's become a condition of life, I'm afraid. Unless you don't feel like going on.
I want to know the truth.
About your father.
And my mother.
All right. Why don't we start with what you do know?
Well, I'm not sure what that is anymore. I mean, a couple of months ago, everything was great.
Until you began to feel that your mother didn't want you around?
I couldn't figure out why, but I think I have now.
And what's the reason for that?
My mom isn't who I thought she was.
Well, what makes you say that?
It's just, I heard things about her.
What kind of things?
Just, well, a lot of people don't like her.
Did they tell you that?
Well, some have, and some of it I overheard.
Well, that could just be their perspective on it. I mean, you have to consider the source.
But most of these sources are really decent, and they don't think my mother is at all.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I couldn't believe it at first. I mean, I've never seen that side of her the way people describe her. I know I told you my mom was kind of a control freak, but I thought that was her way of looking out for me. You know, a maternal thing.
Yeah, when we're children, when we're young, our parents are our entire world. Hopefully, when we grow, we begin to see our parents not just as parents, but as people.
This is different. I mean, you should have seen her yesterday.
Your mother's in Port Charles?
No, my mom isn't in Port Charles.
But you just said that you saw her.
I went to see her.
Well, I didn't realize that she lived so close by.
She doesn't. I mean, she doesn't live that close, but she really isn't that far either.
Okay. Well, anyway, tell me what happened.
Oh, she didn't know I was there. And I saw her lose it. I mean, totally lose it.
Over what?
It's hard to say.
Do you think it could have something to do with your being gone?
No, it wasn't about that.
But you don't know for sure what it was.
No, but I've never seen her like this before.
Well, tell me what like this is, and I mean exactly.
Okay. Whenever she gets mad, she just goes all quiet. But this time, oh my, it was so scary. It was like she was completely wigged out, totally out of control.
Often when people keep their emotions inside, like your mother does, they can erupt. And it usually has nothing to do with what set them off to begin with.
You really think so?
Oh, anger can come out in all kinds of ways. Last week I got a speeding ticket, and my house has never been so clean as it is right now.
I do that too. My roommate used to get mad at me just so our room would get straightened up.
No, I guess we're no mystery to anyone.
No, my mom always told me not to play poker. She said I had cards written all over my face.
Sounds like your mother knows you very well.
Yeah, better than I know her. Do you know what it feels like to believe something your whole life and then find out it's not what you thought at all?
Yes, I do. It's as if you think you know who you are and what you're about, and then the anchor that was your whole life is gone. And you're left
Drowning.
That's what it can feel like, yes.
Do you think that's what my dreams are about? That my mother isn't who I thought she was?
That's what we're going to find out.
What do you do when that happens? What did you do?
In my case, I created a new anchor. I started a new life.
How do you do that?
First, you have to get rid of the old life.
But what if it won't let go of you?
Then you have to reach deep down inside yourself and find the strength to fight it.
But who is myself? I don't know my mother anymore. I never knew my father. How am I supposed to know who I am?
So, Iris, you've been feeling a little dizzy lately.
I've been tired all the time, too.
When was your surgery?
2 months ago.
Bleeding ulcers.
I've been taking the medicine that Dr. Boardman gave me.
Histamine blockers.
Cimetidine, 300 milligrams BID.
So, what do you think's wrong?
Well, I'm not sure. Your blood pressure is fine when you're laying down. It's when you sit up, it drops substantially. Usually indicates a low blood volume. And, want to make sure you're right. There's no internal bleeding.
Does this mean I'm going to have to put up with Dr. Boardman again?
You noticed his subtle charms, did you?
Well, it's kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, no, but he's an excellent surgeon.
Still, I hope I won't be needing his services again.
Well, maybe your lab results will tell us that you don't.
But if there is any gastric bleeding, we're going to have to keep you here for a while, okay?
Is there any family I can call for you?
No one to call.
What about work?
Oh, I do sewing out of the home. I don't like to punch a time card.
Amen to that.
Sounds like a woman after your own heart, Doctor.
Have you hurt your neck lately?
No. Why?
Nah, it's just a thought. I'm going to push your blood results, make sure we have an answer for you very soon, okay? Can I see you for a second?
Yes, of course.
5426. Dr. Rosa Martinez, 5426.
What is it?
That mark on the back of her neck, the tattoo, is just like the other two patients.
What? You sure?
It was a small mark, but, yeah, I think it was identical.
Why wasn't I notified immediately about my patient?
I thought a page was immediate. In Borneo, we used homing pigeons.
If that form of communication is your preference, you might want to consider returning to your career as a push doctor. I have a patient to see.
Don't listen to him.
Well, you think I should stay here and institute homing pigeons?
Well, do you think maybe we could train them to drop little messages on Boardman's head?
Be worth a try, sure. I gotta call the lab about these results.
File these.
Your son's not in right now, Mr. Collins. He's seeing a patient outside the hospital. But he'll be back. I'll have him call you. Okay. Was there something else, Dr. Locke?
Oh, no, I was just going to check the doctor's log to see how Dr. Quartermain's schedule is for the rest of
Oh,
the
I can
day.
tell you. He's in meetings all afternoon.
Could you just file those, please?
Dr. Hope, Oncology. Dr. Jan Hope, Oncology.
Charlie McMillan.
Yeah, but get nothing on Joshua Locke? Did you try the deceased records? I told you. Yeah, Libby said he was dead. All right, well, just, you know where to reach me. All right, bye.
Dr. Sanchez to pharmacy.
Colleen, have you seen Dr. Locke?
Yes.
Charming as ever, was she?
She left me with all these. Like, I don't have anything else to do.
Where is she now?
I don't know. She wanted to check Dr. Quartermain's schedule, and then she just took off.
Really? Dr. Quartermain has the rest of his day blocked off for meetings.
That's what I told her.
Did she mention Dr. Collins?
No, why?
Well, you know how she is, always accusing him of stealing her patients.
Well, today he's seeing one of his own at Port Charles Hotel.
Huh. Really? Well, you know what? I am going to sign out, get an early dinner. Why don't you page me if you need me?
Okay.
Dr. Tataro. Jennifer Tataro.
And you're watching SoapNet, devoted to soaps and you.
Come here.
Dr. Chin, cardiology. Dr. Merle Chin, cardiology.
Shh. Shh.
What is this, Barnaby Jones?
What?
It's an American detective series. Very popular in Bhutan. I'm surprised you don't know it.
I know what it is, like 20 years ago. Anyway, at least you're coming into the 20th century.
Good. What did you want to talk about?
Kind of a weird coincidence, huh? 3 people with the same marks on their neck?
So you think there is something going on?
Don't you?
Good, let's call the police.
No!
Why not?
Because we can't call the police. The same police that think that Jamal is John Gotti. The same police that let Greg Cooper escape from prison and then try and murder my husband.
What?
Never mind. Never mind. This problem is too big for the police.
How do you know it's big? We don't know what it is at all. It could be anything.
Come on. People coming in here with strange marks on their bodies that they don't remember getting. Strange test results getting all mixed up.
So this is Barnaby Jones.
Yes, it's Barnaby Jones. Come on, aren't you just a little bit curious?
Is this your way of trying to keep me in Port Charles?
And you know what? These people, they know you. They trust you. You have to help them.
What do you want me to do?
Stay here and help figure it out with me. Come on. I'll be your Lee Merriweather.
Well, that's an offer that's hard to resist.
Finding out who you are can be pretty scary.
Sometimes I wish I never even started.
But you didn't. Not consciously. Your dreams did that. Your subconscious did.
Well, maybe if my mother had been more open with me, especially about my father, maybe I wouldn't feel this way.
Charlie? Charlie McMillan, it's Dr. Locke.
Oh, my God.
Charlie, are you in there?
What's she doing here?
I don't know. I don't even know her.
All right, I'll handle this.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna splash some water on my face.
What the hell are you doing here?
I was about to ask the same of you.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next Port Charles.
On the next Port Charles.
Oh my God, Gabriella.
What? It's just a little blood.
I am ready to take responsibility for my own actions.
Responsibility?
For killing Cedric.
She asked to see me, Kevin.
That isn't true.
So let's go inside and ask her.
Admit it, the day is never complete without your daily dose of Erica Kane and All My Children. Eventually, Erica will settle down and find someone special again. But is it today? You're going to have to watch and find out. Luckily, All My Children is coming up next here on SoapNet. You never know who to trust on All My Children, coming up next, followed by Extraordinary